Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that is happening on Thursday, September 7, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. St. Louis Cardinals vs Atlanta Braves. Take Atlanta at home. And here is why. St. Louis has won 4 of their previous 6 games, including a 10-6 victory over the first-place Braves on the road Tuesday. The Cardinals' offense has come through recently, scoring 6 or more runs in 4 of their past 6 contests. They used 4 home runs to upset the Braves at Truist Park, including 2 from second baseman Nolan Gorman. Despite their recent winning ways, the Cardinals are playing for next year, as they are 11.5 games back in the wild card standings. Atlanta lost 2 consecutive games for the first time in weeks when they fell to the Cardinals 10-6 at home Tuesday. Prior to the loss, the Braves' pitching staff was hot, limiting their opponent to 3 runs or less in 5 of their previous 6 games. The Braves claimed 29-year-old infielder Andrew Velazquez off of waivers from the Los Angeles Angels and stationed him at their AAA team to start. Wainwright has struggled on the road this season, producing a 8.67 ERA and a 1.97 WHIP in his 8 starts. He has allowed over 14 hits per 9 innings on average away from his home stadium. The Cardinals have generated a hefty 7.29 ERA with a 1.76 WHIP in their previous 7 games on the road. St. Louis pitchers have allowed an average of 10 hits per 9 innings in their previous 3 games. Adding to the Cardinals' woes in this contest, the Braves have one of the best defenses in baseball, ranking high in almost all key offensive categories. The Braves have won 5 straight series at home, including 2 sweeps. They have won 7 of their last 10 games at home, and they have come up on top in 67% of their games played there this season. While St. Louis takes a long look at their young prospects as they prepare for next year, they will be outclassed in this matchup with the powerhouse Braves. Our total pick is under 10.5 runs. And here is why. The Cardinals have gone under the run total in each of Wainwright's last 3 starts. Despite their prolific offense, the Braves have gone under the run total in 4 of their last 7 games and have scored 4 runs or less in 5 of their last 8 at home. Atlanta has an elite pitching staff this year, ranking in the top 3 in the league in team ERA. St. Louis ranks in the bottom half of the league in runs scored per game and batting average on the road, so the odds they score quickly in bunches against the Atlanta pitching core is low. Fried has been effective at home in 2023, producing a 3.70 ERA and striking out almost 8 batters per 9 innings on average in his 4 starts. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair when these 2 teams meet on Thursday night. Arizona Diamondbacks vs Chicago Cubs. Our team pick is Chicago Cubs minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. All is well on the north side of Chicago as the Cubs continue to play great baseball. As of this writing, Wednesday afternoon, the Cubs are 3.0 games above the Reds for the final wild card spot. They're sandwiched in between Cincinnati and Philadelphia, and it's the latter that owns a 1.5 game edge over them. Chicago is 7-3 in its last 10 games. This will be the first of 7 games between the Cubs and Diamondbacks. Javier Assad gets the nod in the series opener, and he'll be gearing up to make his 8th start and 25th overall appearance in 2023. The right-hander comes into this one at 3-2 and owns a 2.69 ERA and 1.18 WHIP. Most recently, he dominated the Reds, holding them scoreless over 8.0 innings. Assad struck out 7 batters while actually taking a no decision in the 2-1 loss. The offense has overperformed for Chicago this year, and it's one of the main reasons for their success. The Cubs are currently ranked 6th in runs scored, 711, thanks to the 12th ranked team batting average, .254, and 11th best ops, .749. Individually, Cody Bellinger has paved the way as he leads the team in average, .319, OBP, .364, home runs, 23, and RBI, 84. This is the marquee series of the weekend as the playoff ramifications are massive. However, I'm not going to overthink this game, and I'm backing the Cubs on the run line. They're playing fantastic baseball, winning 7 of their last 10 games. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks are struggling, losing 7 of their last 10. Over the last 15 days, the Cubs are ranked 11th overall in team batting average, .258, and 15th in ops, .740. However, they've managed to score the 3rd most runs with 83. All things are clicking for Chicago right now, and I'm not going to bet against them while they're hot. Give me the Cubs minus 1.5. Our total pick is over, and here is why. As I was stating above, I'm expecting a solid outing from Chicago's offense. They've been on a tear this season, especially with the emergence of Cody Bellinger. The former MVP is no stranger to doing damage to Arizona as he has torched them in the past while he was on the Dodgers. This should be a favorable matchup for Chicago's offense as they're taking on an Arizona bullpen that's 22nd in both ERA, 4.61, and WHIP, 1.35. They've also allowed 67 homers, which is the 11th most in the MLB. On the flip side, the Diamondbacks still possess a potent defense. While they've fallen off a bit, they still have some big-time guys in the lineup, including Corbin Carroll, Christian Walker, Kettle Marte, and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. We've seen them break out before and I won't be surprised to see it again on Thursday. I'm riding with the over at Wrigley on Thursday. This should be a barn burner. Cleveland Guardians vs Los Angeles Angels, take Cleveland money line. And here is why. Cleveland was able to stave off a sweep against the Twins as they took Game 3 in a 2-1 low-scoring affair. This came on the back of a Game 1 that featured the Guardians allowing 20 runs. Cleveland finished with 5 hits, and Will Brennan accounted for both RBIs as he finished 2-3 at the plate. Andres Gimenez also finished going 2-3. Gavin Williams got the start and over 5 innings he retired 4, walked 4 and gave up 1 run. RHP Cal Quantrill is set to take the mound for his 8th road start of the season. Quantrill enters this game with a 2-6 record to go with an ERA of 6.16. He hasn't fared much better on the road or when tossing in night games, and the 32-year-old is still searching for his first win under the lights this season. In both instances, opponents have been hitting near .300 at the plate, and Quantrill has allowed more hits than innings pitched. During night games, home runs have also been a problem as he's given up 7 in 9 starts. While he allowed a home run earlier this season when he faced the Angels, Quantrill did hold them to 3 runs over 6 innings. Though, he still gave up 6 hits while giving up a .273 opponent batting average. He didn't hurl in the month of August, but the rest seems to have done him some good. In his lone September start he posts a 3.00 ERA over 6 innings, and he hasn't given up a long ball yet. What's more, Quantrill held his opponents to just .100 at the plate. He'll look to carry that positive momentum forward here. Cleveland enters this game with a run differential of -30, which lands them at 18th in the league. The Guardians sit in the bottom half of the league in overall batting average, and their league worst home run rate has dropped their average runs per game down to just over 4. Good for 27th in baseball. The Guardians have seen the ball better on the road and during night games, and over half their total home runs have come away from home this season. This, coupled with a second-ranked strikeout rate, should bode well for Cleveland as they try to close the gap to first place in their division. However, even with a low strikeout rate, Cleveland has struggled turning their hits into extended plays as they sit 28th in hits for extra bases. This has gone on to leave many runners stranded and thus, runs left on the board. Their batting average in August left them with a fresh monthly low, but in 5 September games, they've brought that batting average up to .263, which is above their season average as well. It would seem positive regression is coming the Guardians' way, though home runs are still not frequent enough for the offense to generate meaningful runs. After finishing August with less than 4 runs per game, Cleveland has come out in September, boosting that number to 4.2, which is above their season average. The Guardians still have a shot at a playoff run, and with Quantrill back in the fold and appearing fresh, they'll look to lean on him and recent strong performance this month. Quantrill has had trouble giving up the long ball, but the Angels' offense has seemingly been without a pulse of late. What's more, they post their softest batting average at home and are coming off their lowest monthly home run total. The Guardians have struggled at the plate, they've been hitting very well recently, and their low strikeout rate should provide multiple fighting chances at the plate. Take the Guardians to win Game 1. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. And here is why. As highlighted, Quantrill can rack up the Ks, but home runs can be an issue. If the Angels get hot, they are easily capable of stringing together multi-run innings. On top of that, over half the Guardians' homers this season have come on the road, and during September they've eclipsed their season average of runs per game by nearly a full third of a run. Even if Cleveland isn't able to mirror the Angels' home run hitting ability, they've seen the ball best on the road and during night contests. Look for both offenses to find ways to get runs on the board.